Hey, welcome back, everybody. It's been quite some time since we've seen
It's
you.
been an extended break.
We had to take a long one, man. Welcome back to Ivy Knows Best slash me, myself, and Ivy slash Conversations with Kush. We don't know what the fuck to
Hey,
call this shit.
hey, we've been going so long. You recording? Your microphone hooked up? You
Ah,
remember how to do everything?
man,
Like,
it took us like 40 minutes at the beginning of pre-production to try to get this shit rolling. It's crazy, but hey, we here for y'all now. Welcome back. Welcome back, bro. How you been?
great, man. Never better, brother. Never better.
Hey, that's what I like to hear. That's dope, man. So long story short, shout out to the rest of the cast. Shout out to Kim and all them. From here on out, we're who you gonna see. All right, that's just what it is. All right, the rest of them got different contract situations. We'll put that out in there right now. They all doing well for themselves. We wish them all the best in all their future endeavors. Shout out to Vince McMahon and all them. All right, but we,
I
as
like
in,
that. I like what you did there.
see how I did that? You see how I segued into some cold shit, right? I might have lost it a little bit, but I didn't lose it completely. So check this out, y'all. So here's what we've been on, right? Me and Kusha came down here. If you don't know, we both live in Texas. He lived down in Houston. I live down here, south down here in San Antonio, right? AKA Little Mexico. So I'm down here kicking it. Kush and Kim both come visit me, right? And I'm kicking it with Kush and playing with Kush had his two sons with him and everything. And my kids wasn't here that weekend. They with their mama. So Kush's son started tickling me, right? He's like play fighting with me and try to tickle me and shit. I was like, bro, I'm not ticklish. And he looked at me in my eyes and said, yes, you is. Just like that. Yes, you is. And I looked over at Kush like, Cuz, what's going on with your boy? And he's like, man,
bro, run shit where he go. That's a little American Kim Jong, bro. Like the where he go is his law.
hey, he
Like
told
nigga, if you ticklish, you ticklish, nigga.
like you
It's
tickle if I say you is,
like
right? So he grabs my beard because I had these grays and shit. So he grabbed my beard and he goes, I said, oh shit, man, you pulled him out. He said, no, we could put him back in. Anything can be fixed. And I said, hold on, wait, what? Like, bro, nah, it don't work like that. Nah, it can work. So we just started laughing about it. And I was like, you know what, bro? That's kids for you, right? Like kids just do all kind of shit. So speaking of that, I posted some on my story, right? I'm glad since we talk
Mhm.
about kids. And shout out to Kush. Kush did something very amazing. I want to give you your flowers here in front of everybody. Kush, you are an amazing father. Okay. And a lot of people don't give enough credit for that. So I want to give you a round of applause and your flowers for that because that's some serious shit. You know what I mean? A
Mhm.
lot of dudes ain't doing that. So shout out to you. Shout out to all the active fathers out here. So what happens is this: my daughter sends me a text message, right? I've been divorced for some time or whatever, and my daughter and her mother has started dating around, seeing other people. So I don't give a fuck. That's her choice. Congratulations. Stepdaddy sees it for some people, stepmama sees it for others, whatever. So she goes, father. I was like, yes. She goes,
She call you
mama
father?
called me father in this text
Like
message.
what the fuck? What is this? Y'all live in medieval times or something? What y'all got going on? Sir
Man,
Eric Ivey and shit.
hey, but that's how you know when she about to be on some bullshit is when she says father. Normally it's dad, daddy, or whatever the case is. But
Okay. All
on this
right.
day, it was father, right? She goes, father, mama's hoe won't give me money for McDonald's. He told me, she told me to contact you and ask you. So I paused for like 14 seconds while reading this message and I started laughing because what the fuck, right? Like, who, what the fuck? Like, what do you say? So I'm laughing and I was like, nah, LOL, right? I'm like, nah. And then she goes, okay. The next message she sent me was everybody's about to catch the Holy Ghost with a fist
she
emoji and three dots.
she about to have a come to Jesus meeting in the house.
So I started laughing. I was like, nah. That was my next one. Nah. Like, what? Like, what's going on? But kids is funny as hell. Like, kids just say, what the fuck is on their mind? And we as adults be like, bro, you tripping. We like
I ain't
Cushion.
gonna I ain't gonna lie. Like my son, my oldest one specifically, we talking about.
Mhm.
He don't get in no trouble. Very disciplined. You know, I think you done been around him, nigga, mannerable.
Cool.
But
Real good
that
kid.
nigga, that nigga do casually curse though. And he act like I'm not there.
Hey man, you see this shit? Yeah. Anyway.
I'm serious. I'm talking about just like that, like just how you did it. I had to tell that nigga, like, bro, chill out. Like,
Hey, and the thing about it is he be so cool, bro. Look, if y'all ever get a chance to meet Cush's kid is one of like the coolest kids ever. Like he don't really be on nothing. He play fight with you, he do his thing, but really for the most part, he's a really good kid. Like I've seen kids, some fucked up kids out here, right? And there's some parents who be like, I don't believe in whooping my kids. You can tell when children have been disciplined correctly because they act correctly within the space of other people. Now, what they do within their
mm-hmm,
own home is their fucking choice. That's what
mm-hmm,
kids are supposed to do. I'd rather you act up here than go out in front of them folks and that crazy. You go out
mm-hmm.
there and the school system start acting crazy. They calling me, asking me what the fuck I got going on at the crib, and it's none of their goddamn business. Now is it? Okay. Mr. Ivey, the true you recovering from a Percocet addiction? What the fuck? Where y'all get that shit from? Who told y'all that? Like, like what? My son said what? Get your ass over here. My children don't do shit like that. But when they're with me or when they're at home, they trip, right? That's what they supposed to. You're supposed to trip here. So you don't trip
Yeah.
out there. So ultimately, I think that from watching the participation, you can tell when the child is really getting what they need at home, from how they participate with other people. And there's a lot of people out there who forget that part of it, right? There's that part of it where, as a parent, you have to participate with your child, and a lot of these motherfucking kids is raised by this shit right here. Where my tablets and shit, tablets and all the kind of shit. They raised by that type of shit, phones. But when you see the interaction from parents who really take time to spend with their children, you see how well developed the child really becomes, right?
I think like some of that old school shit is necessary. Like I tell people all the time, me and my kids, I mean we got game night. And when I say game night, I'm not talking about fucking we ain't finna play Xbox. We finna play these motherfucking Trouble, Monopoly. I stay buying board games. Like we finna sit down with none of that shit and be on some face to face shit and interact with each other and see shit, grow that love between each other. Stop watching strangers all the time and worried about what strangers doing. You need to be worried about what's in this household. And I instilled that in mind. So we do family nights. I got two sons, one girl, to make sure the girl don't feel isolated, because she's older and not into what the boys into. I have the date nights with her. Like, bro, I don't, it just be me and her. We go do whatever she want to do. You just got to make sure you instill that type of stuff in them kids. You know what I'm saying? And a
Mm-hmm.
lot of us ain't doing that no more.
Yeah, and I mean, I completely agree. I ain't gonna lie. Like
Like
me,
my kids, we gonna go one weekend, we gonna go buy some toys. The next time y'all ask for something and want to buy something, we going to the bookstore.
right?
And we gonna rock it like that.
We gonna keep them well adjusted and balanced, and I
Yeah.
think that's a real good spot to have with children because they need to know the difference. Like my kids, they have each other. I got one son and I got four daughters. One of my daughters, 2 months old, love her to death. I call her Muffin, so y'all gonna call her Lavish Muffin. All right, I'm Lavish Rick. She's Lavish Muffin. That's how that goes. All right, so she's beautiful. She does her thing, but she's a baby. She doesn't know any better. So the time I spend with her is important, but it's like the bond that you have to build with the baby is completely different than the bond you build with the toddler and et cetera, et cetera. So when it comes down like my son be like, Dad, what's this? What's that? My son be just chilling. He don't really be doing nothing. Like we was all
Mm-hmm.
kicking it the other day, and we was playing this little game, right? And shout out to my sister. She came down to visit. This little flashcard game where it's about music and shit. So you gotta sing the song or sing a song that has like the question associated with it. So the question was sing a song from one of these Bay Area legends. And it was MC Hammer, Too Short, Sweetie, or somebody else, or E40. Those are the four. So
I
my
met
son,
this bitch. Never mind.
no, he didn't go that far. Here's what happened that made it
Is
funny.
that too short? That freaky tales. No, I met
Yeah,
this hoe, not this bitch. I met this hoe.
yeah, he was. Shout out
He
to
met
Too
a
Short,
hoe. He ain't meet a
man.
bitch.
So my son goes when he's reading the card. He goes, "Sweetie, E40, Too Short, or Mick Hammer." I said Mick Hammer. So we all started laughing, right? I said McHammer. Is that nigga? That's his Irish R&B singer cousin or some shit. Who the fuck is McHammer, son? That's MC Hammer, right? So my son gets agitated by it, but he got agitated because everybody was laughing. But I said, son, this is the point of human interaction, right? When you're on the phone, you can people LOL chime in when they want, and there's no you control kind of the environment. You can say your piece, they can say their piece.
And you put
That's
your
that.
phone down.
Yeah, like when you hear and I start laughing at you, and it's a room full of people, we all laughing about something you done said, it's gonna make you feel a certain way. So you gotta learn how to adapt
Gotta
to that.
learn how to take that shit.
Yeah, because as a grown man, guess what happens
And
when you go to
and
work?
let's
You can
and let's be
yeah,
honest.
man.
All y'all parents out here, I ain't gonna say bully. You
Mm-hmm.
don't need to bully your kids, but you need to talk a bunch of shit to them. And I'm gonna tell y'all why. Because these little motherfuckers in this world now is soft. You can't say shit no more. Like, like we need to y'all parents need to get this next generation back to the point where I could talk shit and it don't hurt nobody. I'm not getting counseled. I haven't done anything culturally wrong. Like that shit is ridiculous. Y'all need to start back talking shit to these kids.
And I really think it really comes down to people overly analyzing the psychosis of every situation. Not every situation is a mental health
No, like
seminar.
Nikki, you did something funny. I laughed. Let it go.
Yeah, like
Like,
we don't got to be like, you know what happened to me when I was 8 when people laughed at me for calling MC Hammer McHammer. If my son developed a fucking problem based off that, and they asked me about the little nigga, I'm like, bro, look, I'm sorry, forgive me. They asked me about the little dude, I'm like, look, bro, at the end of the day, shit be funny. Niggas laugh, bro. You can't get mad at people for laughing about your fuck up. It's funny. It's funny. Like
that
imagine
shit,
now. Look,
bro.
the problem is everything is a fucking mental, and no offense to anyone with mental health issues, because there's people who have serious mental health issues, and maybe just maybe we're not as cultured into the scenario as we should be. But can we be completely honest? If I cannot laugh at you, and I'm not talking about being culturally insensitive, making racist jokes, sexual jokes, whatever the case is, I'm talking about just a real simple ass joke, and you get
I mean,
upset.
racist.
Hmm?
Some of those other jokes though, they gotta learn to accept them too. Like, motherfucker,
But do you
if
though?
I if
Do you?
bro, listen, this is what I'm saying. If
Mm.
I say hi, y'all don't season y'all food enough. That's not that's not
Okay.
I'm not I'm
All
not
right.
racist, but you get it. It falls under racist jokes, right? But
Mhm.
it's a funny ass
But check this
situation.
out though. As funny as that shit is, and I'm with you, right? I'm with you. What happens if one of them be like, "Hey, y'all need to stop filling up all the jail cells. There's not enough space for y'all in this mother." Like we have a
But that
problem.
well, that's not the same category though. You can
How is
tell
it
me I
not?
we over you can hello, you can tell me I over season my food or we put too much sugar in Kool-Aid or something. Don't attack how your system is affecting us and try to make a joke out of it. That's a
That's
whole
true.
different.
That's true. That's true. But you know that's where they go, right? they
But
don't.
that's what people.
They don't.
But that's exactly what I'm saying. That's what people do. I can make a joke about something this small and you'll want to turn it into that.
Right. Right.
Like, nah, it ain't even that. It's just that your food is bland.
Right. Maybe you
That's
should just
that's
use
all.
salt.
Like,
Salt would be nice this time of the year. I'm just saying. And I think don't get it wrong. Me personally, I think it's hilarious. I really do. I think that type of shit is funny. But there are some levels like this is why I said the whole racist joke thing needs to kind of is a joke, it's cool. But some people don't know how to respond to the joke and they go really, really racist. And we got a problem now. You know what I mean? So like if you're not one of them people who know how to joke within the confines of a joke, like, hey, I'm not going to go all the way over here. Like I had a buddy one time, and ladies, I love y'all to death. This dude said, hey, room for the women, me and him. All right. He walks in and he goes, hey, you want to hear a joke? I'm like, yeah, go ahead, man. Tell him I'm tell all you ladies a joke. Oh, yeah, what's the joke? He's like, women's rights. And I was like, what the fuck? Right? Like, what the fuck? Why? Like, why the fuck would you say
woo!
that? And like the room got quiet as fuck. I never forgot how
Did
quiet
the
the room
DJ
got.
did the DJ table go screw like
In my head, that's what I heard. The fuck? I look over and this one chick looks, she goes, you fucking serious? You fucking serious? I was like, oh shit. Now it's about to get real in this bitch because truth be told, I said this the other day. Look, no offense. Once again, because I know how this goes. YouTube guidelines, Spotify guidelines, blah 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 blah. Anytime that you make fun of a group of people specifically, right, and they don't think it's funny, that's when you're gonna have the problem.
Mm-hmm.
You feel me? So there's like
That's why like I only say those type of like those them type of jokes to people that I have those relationships with.
facts,
You know, like I got white friends and you know, I rag on them white jokes, they rag on me with black jokes, but they also know not to say those same jokes to other black people. And I also know not to say those same jokes to other white people.
right? Let me let you
So
know something, Mister Supervillain nigger. I mean Cushionberry. Yeah, I swear to God. Hey, lavish
now
nigger. I mean Mister
now
Ivey.
now we ain't doing that.
Yeah, yeah. I always say this. Look, listen, white folks, I love you. I do love you, white folks, but you won't be calling me nigga. I don't care. I don't care how y'all feel about that shit. We created the word, so what? You won't be calling me nigga. Sorry. And I don't want you to call me nigga on paper neither. And what I mean by calling me nigga on paper, I mean within litigation. Don't call me nigga in court. Don't call me nigga in divorce court. Cause I was called nigga in divorce court. They listen, lady was like, lady was Mr. Ivy, you need to pay blah 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 amount and spouse support and child support and blah. I'm like, bitch, did you even look at the finances, the financial report before you start saying that? You know, she said, I did. And you know, that was her calling me nigga right there.
So let
She
me
said,
ask you
nigga, I did.
this. Let
Yeah.
me ask you this. Is it wrong to sometimes stereotype? Like,
Uh,
should people never stereotype
in their personal life or just
just in general?
shit.
Like you're white and
Mm,
you got to stop and get gas, and there's 20 black people in front of the stove.
mm.
Should you feel like there's some thugs and they up to something?
No, no, but I think that you should also have a higher sense of alertness where if I see a group of anybody, white, black, and different, like
Cause
if I
because
let's
I'm gonna be honest with you. If I'm walking through the mall, right,
Mhm.
and a tatted up, bald headed white guy's walking towards me, I start creating space.
Yeah,
I haven't even seen his tattoos yet, or you get what I'm saying, but I start creating space.
no, that's more of awareness, right? Safety awareness. So I don't blame you for being like, right. But if I see 20 motherfuckers in front of a store, period, I know better. Listen, me
All right,
personally.
all right, all right. That may be a little too much. You white walking down the street in your neighborhood, your safe neighborhood, and
Mhm.
I'm walking past you with a hoodie on. Should you get all?
I should do exactly what if depending on my experiences. I hate to be so politically correct, but depending on my experiences, definitely create that space or raise my antennas a little bit. Now that's if I'm not used to seeing black folks. I'm used to seeing black people. So to me
Mm-hmm.
personally, if I see you walking through the neighborhood with a hoodie on, let me cross the street from this nigga anyway, because I don't know what this nigga's on. All right, that's just me. But at the same time, is it okay to stereotype? Me personally, I say no. I say no because I'm black. I'm a large black man, and if I'm walking down the street and you a tiny ass white man or white woman, and you go, oh, that to me, I'm like, bitch, what's wrong? I don't want nothing to do with you. Shut
Yeah,
up.
but reality, like, okay, that may be a little too for them. You're doing too much because a nigga like me or some black people look at you and we know you not on nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? Just by looking at you and stuff.
Right.
So I guess I see what you're saying.
Yeah, because the cultural awareness, I'll be honest with you. There's a thing I believe I call it this a cultural awareness factor, right? If I walk into a store full of African American people, black people, wherever the fuck you want to call us, and if I see y'all, and I'm like, hey, what's going on, y'all? What's going on? What's cracking? Everybody talking, whatever the case is, right? Culturally speaking, that's me knowing my space, knowing where I'm at, right? But if
Mm-hmm.
I'm in Whole Foods, let's just use Whole Foods. Shout out to Whole Foods, but we know who goes and shops at Whole Foods. All right. I walk into Whole Foods, right? And someone's picking up uh their greenery spice chai latte bullshit, spruce juice, whatever. And I say hi. I'm not gonna say, hey, what up? What's going on? But hey, how you doing? I'm gonna really like be culturally aware in that scenario, which I personally feel, if you want to be honest with, it's fake as fuck, but I do it.
All right, I got you. I got you. I
Mhm.
got you. You work in a prestigious neighborhood in a Louis V store.
Right on.
Black people never come in this store. When they do, they the clean cut black people.
Mm-hmm.
You get somebody who dresses like us walking there. Do you
Mm-hmm.
keep a little eye on them or not?
Nah, me personally, no. Cause I'm like, I ain't gonna get choice. How the fuck you finna do it? Like, if you fitting to steal, you fitting to steal, nigga. Cause you might. Here's the thing about it. You might have $300,000 in your pocket. I don't know what you got in your pocket. You might become because I've seen.
No, 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 no. I get what you're saying with that because we live in a world where anybody can have any type of amount of cash, right? But
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
why I specify when you do see black people in this store, they're the clean cut
right.
because that goes back to your awareness, right?
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
now I come in, I got tattoos on my face, I got dreads, I got golds in my mouth, I got a chain on, my pants hanging off my ass. None of us come in this store.
Yeah, it's
You,
true. True. True.
you
I
see
mean,
what I'm saying?
unless you a rapper, I'm like that nigga must be a rapper. Because if Lil Wayne walks into that same store, that looks just like what Lil Wayne. You just legitimately described Weezy F Baby. You know what I mean? We go, oh, hey, Mr. Carter. We're gonna treat that nigga the same because we know who he
So,
is, right?
so is it wrong that when the white dude walked in the store, I didn't ask him if he need help or followed him around, but when he does, I do.
Hell yeah, that's wrong. What the fuck is you profiling me for, bro? You didn't profile Mr. White folk over here. What the fuck you fucking with me for? Look, I walked in here, my money spends just like his do. If he got negative money in his account and he swipe his card, that bitch gonna say decline. It ain't gonna say white decline.
I ain't gonna lie. I feel like stereotyping not bad, right? I feel like it's only bad when you stereotype a certain race. I stereotype all you motherfuckers.
As you should.
I'm looking for the 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 skinhead. I'm looking for the Bloods and Crips. I'm looking for the Mexican gangs. Like I'm looking for all you motherfuckers, and I'm profiling every single last one of you motherfuckers that look like you gonna do some harm to me.
You know what? I said this the other day. I said, check this out, right? And I'm glad you said this. This is going along with what you're saying. We've allowed um we've allowed the idea that we, you, me, anyone else, and how we talked about this before, have to live up to a street code, right? A street code. So because I'm black, let's say hypothetically speaking, I am a law-abiding citizen, and I'll
Mhm.
walk and I'll just live in this specified. Let's say I just live in Ghettoville, USA, somewhere, right? And I'm expected to abide by these rules that don't necessarily apply to my personal life, right?
Mhm.
I can catch whatever comes with that life that I don't even fucking live. I could legit just get up every day, be trying to get the fuck up out of here and stack up some money, but I live over here, so I'm supposed to be somehow attached to that idea, right? That's
Mhm.
the that's the hood stereotype I like to say. That's not even placed on it by people who ain't who are on the
See,
outside. This from people on
see,
the inside.
you kind of beat me to my point
Mm-hmm.
because I was making all those points to get to a point like that.
Mm-hmm.
Like we stereotype each other all the time,
Hell yeah. Hell, we do.
and a lot of people get killed behind it, behind just being stereotyped. You get what I'm saying, or
Yeah.
robbed, or whatever the case may be. So, and I ask this all the time, and I know a lot of people be mad when I say shit like this, right? But whatever, right? So why do we get so mad when they do it if we continuously do it to each other?
I'll say like this. Check this out, right? You got a brother. Can a random motherfucker walk up and do things to you that your brother could do?
You using the wrong example.
I know, but
Yeah.
I'm peep where I'm going though. Peep where I'm going. If
Nah,
I
I'm just
if your brother walk
yeah,
in your house, that's your
you
brother.
yeah, yeah.
If a random motherfucker walk in your house, you a random I gotta treat you a little different.
I understand that, but we talking on the world level, right? And I
Mm-hmm.
always say this on a fucking public level, right? Like you can't publicly display actions and not expect those same actions to come back on you.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm saying.
I can respect it. I mean, yeah, I mean, if we would allow,
Like if it's a park, right? If it's a park in the middle of the city and homeless people hang out at it, people litter at it all the time, blah 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 blah. It's just a fucked up ass park. When
right,
you walk through that park, are you just looking to find a trash can to throw your wrapper in the trash?
No, I'm letting that
No.
shit go.
You see what I'm saying?
First and
But then
foremost,
when you
I was
but
little
then
before I even got to that
we
bitch. What you talking about? That motherfucker been out the window when I was driving down the highway.
but then when
Right?
you go to one of these other parks, you may look for a trash can. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Because they have it publicly presented that this motherfucker is clean. We don't have no problems over here.
okay. So do you believe that we don't have any public? Let's add this to people. We don't have any public representation that says that we don't need to that these stereotypes. We don't meet these stereotypes. Do we
We
have
do. We
those
do.
representatives
We
that don't?
have those we have those representations, but we push them out the culture.
Mm,
We call them sellouts. We call them. You see what I'm saying? We think that they think that they're better for some reason because he's getting $20 million with this white dude he rubbing shoulders with and wasn't making shit with us. So
yeah,
not that's not saying that he don't feel like he want us, but the money's over here, and
facts.
we push those type of people out the culture.
Mm-hmm. It's true. I you know I said this. I said to somebody one day. I said the worst thing about the quote unquote culture, and let's just move into this whole culture thing, right? I was watching the that King Von documentary that Trap Lord Ross. Shout out to Trap Lord Ross. Go visit his page. All right, this motherfucker know everything about everything on
That
this topic.
motherfucker he
Like
know. Hey, that boy go from conspiracy theories to rappers' whole lives to
he be like, look,
and then
he was talking about
and then ain't he like an Englishman?
he's from Britain. I'm like, this dude, you would have thought he lived in Chirac somewhere. You thought he lived in Chicago somewhere. Like, bro, would you down the street when that happened? But he does this whole the King Von document. It's 3 hours. I think me and my siblings were talking about this the other day, and what we were talking about was the fact that King Von, the documentary was 3 hours, right? 3 hour documentary, and inside this 3 hour documentary, they're talking about how King Von came up, all this other shit, right? And then you start talking about how many times he killed people, all these other different things. And I said this, I said, we've highlighted now probably the 3 hour documentary, 2 hours and 50 minutes of just
Murders.
murder, violence, gang activity, like community circumstance that befell a young man who didn't have the guidance that he was supposed to have, right? And when he did finally receive that guidance, or that way out of that scenario, he didn't know how to turn it off.
Mm-hmm.
And in recipes to him, but it cost him his life, right? Ultimately at the end, because everybody in this quote unquote culture that we have wants everyone to be exactly what they say they are. But
You gonna
then
get paid what you pay with.
but then I agree. So then what ends up happening is we look at him and we go, was he a serial killer or a gangster rapper? No, he was a rapper who was rapping about the shit he lived. And that's what we like as a culture when we turn on the music. Can I feel what you're saying and do I believe? If Eminem rapped about the same shit King Von did, would you believe Eminem? I wouldn't.
No, I mean he's actually, the stuff he's rapped about. I don't even think we could talk about it. Oh yeah,
Yeah, not
but
at
he
all.
does said some stuff, but nobody believes it. So yeah,
Yeah, like so it's like, hey, we're gonna sit up here and play that. No, we're not. We're not gonna believe that, right? I The fact that King Von, rapped the way he did, and one of the funniest jokes is I know it's stupid, but it's funny. They said, man, I fell asleep during the documentary and woke up and he was still killing people. Like fuck. Like it was 3 hours. It was well done. It was a really great show,
mm-hmm.
but it just showed me personally how you get trapped in a vicious cycle.
Mm-hmm.
If you do not have the will, let me not even say the will. If you don't have, yeah, let's just use will. Will's the better, because you got to take responsibility for some of the shit you do. You kill somebody, you knew what you was doing. If you don't have the will or the opportunity to come from up under something, then you will succumb to it. You will succumb to it, not because you need to, not because of peer pressure, but sometimes out of necessity. He said he joined the game because I wouldn't be able to go outside if I did,
Mm-hmm.
which tells me his circumstance was so fucked up that even if he didn't want to be in it, he was going to either get eaten by it or become a very driving force. And he chose the latter. He chose to step on people. That's what he chose to do. And then he decided to rap about it, and thus the vicious cycle. Right? Go to
But
jail, get out.
But to answer that question, no, he wasn't a serial killer. A serial killer doesn't know or have personal problems with their targets.
I agree. It's really just more of a, hey, you fit this demographic and this is who I'm killing.
Mm-hmm.
Like, yeah, and I agree. Like Jeffrey Dahmer targeted homosexual black men in the community. That's who is. If you look at all his kills, except for some few,
I don't. I wouldn't say he targeted black men. I think he lived in a black area.
and guess who he killed? He went
I
to the
mean, but that's all that was there.
no, no,
He killed a couple
uh.
Asians.
A couple, a couple. You know, let me say this: he chose to kill minorities over whites, which makes him a serial killer by definition. Home,
I mean, even if you kill whites, you're a serial killer.
yeah, but hypothetically speaking, if I'm like, hey, I'm killing, Lord forbid, a serial killer is killing, I'm killing two women, then I'm
Because most
killing.
serial killers, most of their victims were white. They don't. He was the
Yeah,
only
but
one that really went after black. Well, except for the child murderer dude, but he was black and the Atlanta child murderer dude.
yeah, but this motherfucker Jeffrey was killing black dudes, bro. Jeffrey was targeting gay black men. Let's just keep it 100. He called a few strays when he couldn't get the black folks that he wanted. He took whatever he can get. He killed some white folks too. Don't get it wrong. Jeffrey was sick, but the difference between Jeffrey and him is Jeffrey was doing it for nothing. King Von was doing it because that's what they were doing. That's gang activity.
That's for nothing too.
That's essentially it's really.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest, it's for
But
nothing.
that's what happens when if you kill my friend, I kill yours. If you murder my people, I'll murder yours. It's the
Probably
cycle
like
that's following.
probably 10 years ago. Like we gonna let the police do their job. Now I got kids. I ain't gonna.
Yeah, I don't got time. I don't got time at all. I'm like, man, what you kill some of my people? Say less. I mean, I pray to God no one ever will, but you just kind of have to now. Once you get older, realize some shit just ain't worth it. I watched and this is old kind of in a way. T.I. and Boosie was going back and forth about snitch. Man, we too old for that. You are a law-abiding citizen. Both of you are millionaires. Both of you do not have nothing to worry about. Both as far as financially speaking is concerned. I do not need to uphold a goddamn image for a group of people who I don't fucking know, probably never will meet. And if I don't want you to be around me, guess what's gonna happen? Security, push that nigga up out of here. That's what's gonna get him out of here. Like I don't
Looking
need to
to
argue with y'all.
looking to old men beef, bro.
F and they fucking for that's and I'm not and I love their music. I love it, but bro, at 40, at 40 years old, you can't, bro. I'm 34. You cannot pay me to beef with nobody outside the mothers of my children, who I don't even beef with them either. I just do what the fuck they say. I take care of my kids, keep them happy, stay the fuck out the way, mind my business.
Oh, why you losing all your hair? You do what the
Man, I'm
fuck they say.
been ball, baby, been ball. That, bald and beautiful. Ball is beautiful, man. Embrace that shit, right?
We gonna
But
do what you say if it's within reason, baby
oh, for
mamas.
sure. Yeah, for sure. I'm not about to sit up here and let me not even call y'all baby mamas because the women that I have children with are mothers to my children.
Baby mamas.
Fair enough.
Mine.
Mine will be called mothers of children. If just out of respect, because if she called me a baby daddy, I'm like, wrong. Father, lavish father is even better. Okay, lavish bastard is another one. I like all those, but don't just call me no baby daddy. Now, them niggas is different types of niggas. I'm one that I'm here. You pick your phone up. Hey, I need you to come do this, and it's about to happen. As long as it's, like you said, within reason. Now, if you like, hey, my toilet's clogged, you better fucking unclog that shit yourself. Ain't got nothing to do with my baby. Like, what? They ain't got nothing to do with my kids. The fuck? Well, your child did it. Well, you better tell one of these children to come on here and pump that shit out. I'm not about to sit up here and be smell, man. Anyway, you know where I'm going with that. You know where I was going with that. Yeah, man. Shit. Yeah. So, but shout out to Trap Lord Ross. Shout out to that 3-hour documentary. That shit was fucking nuts.
He got a bunch of good shit on his channel. Bunch of good shit.
He do. He do. Hey, you know what though? I'm gonna tell you what my favorite channel is.
What?
Ivey knows best podcast. All right, just thought y'all should know that. This episode definitely would be on there. And shout out to our sponsors as well. All two of you. All right, there. All right, that's Own It. That's Own It Clothing as well. Go on to Owner Enterprises and also the Lavish Bastard, which is my brand as well. So go fuck with that, man. Go fuck with that. Anybody else? Anything else we want to cover that we didn't even get a chance to cover?
Nah, I think that's about it, bro.
I didn't want to chop it up with y'all for too long.
We
Baby.
gotta get back consistent.
Yeah,
We'll be back consistently, man. Especially, the ladies love that word consistency. So we gotta come with some consistency.
Oh,
we gotta apply pressure to podcasting. We gotta treat podcasting like a woman.
I'm gonna make this bitch mine. I love you, girl. We gonna do. Hey, and by the way, ladies, y'all not bitches, y'all women. Unless you bitches.
I mean, to me, like that goes back to what we was talking about earlier. The learning how to take shit. Mm. To me, in today's world, and what is it, April 15th, 16th? 16th. April 16th, 2023. The word bitch is just like the word nigga.
Just a word. But people are affected by it differently.
Like they call each other bitch. We call each other niggas. They get mad and call us niggas. We get mad and call them bitches. Like that's all it is.
They might even fuck around and call you a bitch.
A bitch ass nigga. You both of them now.
But hey, so look, while we wrapping this thing up, look, man, we love y'all. Thank y'all very much. Super Villain Kush, Lavish Rick, man. We back. Ivy knows best. We out. Hey, man, pick up the next episode, man. It's coming soon. You can go ahead and click that right about there somewhere, wherever they post this thing at for me. All right, cool. Other than that, y'all take it easy.
She got me sky high. I used to wave at all the women, now I just ride by. I used to be that talking motherfucker now.